Hello everybody, JB here, and it's a furious JB. For the first time this season, it's a JB rant. It feels like a replay of last season a bit, what I saw yesterday. Very disappointing, very unacceptable performance yesterday in a 1-0 defeat to Sunderland. As a result, they've gone top of the table, we've dropped to 5th. But the manner in which we lost yesterday up at the Stadium of Light against 10 men, I can't accept, because you can lose games. You can lose games, if we'd have tried yesterday and lost 1-0, it would have been a less negative video. But because we've lost at least 9 or 10 possibly better players, and Pace hasn't had the foresight to actually frigging replace them with any quality, this defeat's on him, right? I feel a bit sorry for Scott Parker. Now, I feel he's been thrown under the bus by Pace. Now, I don't know what Pace promised him, but, at the end of the day, when Pace appointed company, he gave company the world. Why isn't Scott Parker been afforded the same trust? It's a disgrace. Now, if I was Scott Parker now, I'd be fucking walking, because the amount of sales, there could be 2 and 3 more going this weekend as well. Where's the replacements? It's absolutely disgusting. This defeat's on you, Alan Pace. It's not a game. You can make your money and all that. You turn into Bob Lord Mark II. You're a fucking coward. Disgusting. And this is even before I actually go on and absolutely slaughter the team performance. But the real reason for this defeat lies with you, Pace. You! I'm disgusted. Like many Burnley fans there, the Burnley social media, Twitter, Facebook, were in meltdown last night. I know we've lost, I know it's the first defeat of the season, but we lost in the most tedious, lackluster way. It's unacceptable. I can accept defeat when we try, but the 11 players that went out on that field yesterday didn't. And I don't say this lightly. They didn't try. Well, apart from 3 players, probably Esteve, Trafford, and Egan Riley, actually, he had a decent game. The rest of yous didn't try. It wasn't good enough. I'm going to pick on 3 or 4 of them because I'm going to take them to task. It's a long video. I don't care. I've had it up to here. 2024 has been a horrible year when you're a Burnley fan. The VAR injustices, the relegation, company pissing off as soon as Bayern Munich came crawling. Had to crawl over to them. Pace has done nothing, right? Listen, being a Burnley fan in this calendar year has been absolutely horrible. I'm just so pissed off with the whole issue, because I look at us. We had the first 2 games. We absolutely slaughtered teams. Was it Luton 4-1, Cardiff 5-0? Then yesterday, I don't blame Scott Parker because he's trying his best. The poor man, poor lad. He's trying his out, and I still think he's the right man to the job. Right? I'm not gonna criticise him because I think he's been done. I think he's been sold in several hospital passes this week by his chairman. And I think this is why Pace has to take some of the blame. But coming to the game, I'm going to crack on with the game now. I've had my feelings on. I'll come back to the transfer stuff in a minute. But coming back to the game, I've never seen such a lacklustre performance or a bad attitude from a lot of the players. I'm going to name 3 or 4. I mean, Connor Roberts had a stinker. He didn't try. Josh Brownhill is the most, I've said it on previous videos last season, I'll say it again here, he's the most uninspiring captain I've seen in nearly 30 years, 25, 30 years of watching the Clarets. It is absolutely, his performance was disgusting. He was outfought in midfield. He's our captain. He's supposed to be our leader. He's supposed to be the one that makes everything tick. He was nowhere. He didn't try. He didn't try anything at all. He let players go. He let Sunderland players go past. Connor Roberts didn't try. He's another one that's sparing my criticism. Lyle Foster, is he any good? Is he good enough? I don't think so. He can't score for tough. He hasn't scored one goal this season. It's not good enough. I don't care if he's had mental health issues in the past. We all have them at some point. But his job, he's paid to score goals. And in 3 games so far, he has not been good enough. It's a fucking disgrace. Some of them just can't be fucking bothered. And that is my fucking frustration. This goal, the winning goal. Absolute disgraceful. Lucas Perez has to take some of the blame on that one. I felt sorry for James Trafford. He played, do you know what? I'm going to, if I could give a player in a match, and there's not many people. I mean, Esteve had a good game. As I said, CJ Egan-Riley came in and actually didn't do all that bad. They gave them to give their all. But the main man that I felt kept us in it was, funnily enough, James Trafford. I thought he had an outstanding match. He made some several good. He had no chance on the goal. I'm not blaming him at all for that because, his back four, 2 or 3 of his back four were complete waste of spaces. But some of the saves he had to make at 1-0 to keep us in it at 1-0 gives it even a sporting chance. Phenomenal save. I think there was one, with about 15 minutes to go, where the ball was smashed in from about 18 yards and he just absolutely got a good couple of palms on. He just got it out, and it was good. Good. I thought his distribution was very, very good. I thought his kicking was good. Throwouts, passes out. He's improved a bit. Trafford, to give me his fair dues. I'm really pleased how he played yesterday. That was the only pleasing factor really in what was a dreadful display. Sunderland have gone top. What's made the result even more worse is the scum at Ewood Park. A week before the derby have now got a point ahead of us. They got an undeserved 2-1 win against Oxford. It's just so disappointing. You see, I'm not saying we have a divine right to be top of the league after 3 games or whatever, but I expected us to be at least top 2 by now. I'm just disappointed. I know we're 5th in the table, and people say, well, why are you saying these things, and why are you going, why are you panicking? The problem is Pace has sold about 5, 6, 7, 8 players that are quality. Our bench was, apart from, I think, Zeki Anduni, and there's question marks whether he'll still be a Burnley player by end of play next week, right? The bench was poor. I mean, Parker had to throw on Luke McNally as an auxiliary centre forward. Doesn't that tell you something? It's a disgrace. This transfer policy that Pace has got at the moment is disgraceful. And to be quite honest, and to be quite frank with you, what is he actually fucking doing? I know Parker's using the old line, oh, well, we're working hard in the transfer window and all that sort of stuff. Are we? Are we actually fucking bothering? I'm sorry. We badly need a striker. I know we've got Joe Owen from Forest, and he wasn't, didn't have claims. I know we lost Josh Cullen to injury and 1 or 2 others, but I'm not using injuries as an excuse. Pace is the sole blame for this. We need a top striker. We need a striker that can score 25 goals a season. Lyle Foster is nowhere near that. He should have been, I was hoping he'd be sold in the summer because I knew he wasn't going to be good enough at this level. He wasn't good enough before on the company. He certainly isn't good enough now. The man needs to go. I don't know what company saw him in the first place, but he's not good enough. And as for Pace, you've got a week now to fucking put this right. Otherwise, you can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. You won't get a penny from me. Your Sky High ticket prices and Sky High shirt prices, 70 quid for a fucking shirt. No, thank you. You've got to change this attitude, Pace. Get quality players in. And then I might, just might, give you a bit of leeway. Because at the moment, this season or this year, you have done absolutely naff all. You let company go to, okay, Bayern Munich. You get him relegated our club, goes to Bayern Munich. You haven't replaced anybody in the transfer window. You've got a week to sort it out. Otherwise, Pace, I want you out. Simple as fucking that. It is not good enough.